Hey, what's up? I'm Colby from Sanitarium Productions. We're back again today with another exciting G.I. Joe toy review. Today we're taking a look at the G.I. Joe Retaliation release of Budo. It's a pretty cool looking figure. The original Budo figure from, 1989? Something like that. Was a fan favorite of mine. I love that figure. This character doesn't exactly appear to be the same character, but it still looks kind of cool. The package here is kind of beat up, so I'm not going to worry too much about the packaging on it, but we're going to open it anyways, so it don't matter what the packaging's like. So stay tuned. We're going to open this sucker up and take a look at Budo. The Samurai Warrior Budo. This comes in a traditional Retaliation packaging. The packaging is not really all that good, to be honest with you. I've never really been a fan of this particular style of package. It just looks a little bland to me, but it works for what it is. You do have the Retaliation logo up front, Roadblock and Snake Eyes up in the corner, and then a picture of the actual character, and then the figure, all the other good stuff here. The back of these things are pretty basic as well. You do have a couple of action poses for the figure included, as well as a list of some of the other figures in the set. Overall, not bad, just nothing that really stands out too much to me, so no big deal. But we're more interested in just opening this thing up, so that's what we're going to do. Got our handy X-Acto knife here, and as you can see, the package is already kind of coming apart on me on this one, but that's okay. We planned on opening it anyways, so no big deal. I guess we're just going to start here in this corner. Slice it open. And we'll go over the top of it this time. These things are packed in here pretty tight as far as they don't leave a whole lot of room. We have the figure stand here, which is a new style. We'll get to that here in a moment. Then we have the figure itself. And of course there's this little insert here that, while it looks pretty nice, it's really not any use to me. So it goes into the recycling bin along with the rest of the packaging. And we're just going to go ahead and pull this thing out of the included plastic wrap. Figure stand. The figure itself. The two swords are just taped in there. They come out pretty easily. And you've got this crazy headgear, which is taped. So we're just going to cut the tape off to make this a little easier for us to get out, theoretically. And we just pop that out, and there we go. We'll go ahead and zoom in on this thing so we can see it up close, but so far it looks pretty nice. Start off with the figure stand. These are a little bit of a departure from the traditional ones that we've seen. It is made to look like a set of dog tags, but it really doesn't have any special marking or anything on there. The back of it just has the copyright information on it and a stamp for the number ID. But other than that, it is very basic on this set. So kind of disposable, but it is kind of nice to have some disposable figure stands. So as far as the weapons go, we do have two katanas, and they are pretty nice looking. It's a two-tone color here. Hopefully you can see that. black with the metal in gray. Pretty nice detail work on this thing. It is kind of flimsy though, but still it works for what it is. You've got a second smaller sword here as well. Same two-tone black and gray. And then you've got this really cool detailed mask. Very nice looking. Not a whole lot of paint apps on it, but there are some nice highlight colors here on the back. Some nice weathering features that they got put in there. And pretty good detail work on that as well, so that's always nice. The figure itself looks pretty nice. It's got a lot of really cool detail work here, as you can see. Kind of a bulky figure. His armor definitely has that heft to it. Face looks pretty good. Nothing spectacular, but it does work. Let's see if we can get that to focus in. There we go. So yeah, nice detail work here. Awesome looking. As far as the articulation goes, the head does rotate 360 degrees. It does kind of get stuck up here on his armor. And it does move up and down, so you've got that going. Regular shoulder joint here. So you've got plenty of articulation there. Ball and swivel at the elbow. And then the wrist is just a swivel. No extra articulation there. His shoulder armor does somewhat limit how far up his shoulder will actually move. But it doesn't hamper things too badly, and it still looks cool. The chest articulation you can't really do a whole lot with because he does have all this bulky armor on, but he does have the waist, the ab crunch feature, and actually it does move quite a bit right there, and swivel there as well, so that's a plus. The legs are again hampered by his the bottom piece of his armor, but he does have the traditional T-hook waist joint, and he does have double knee joint. I don't know how well this is picking up, but double knee joint there, and then the ball and rocker at the ankle. So lots of extra articulation there. It does twist all the way around and does all sorts of cool stuff. So it's actually got swivel, rocker, and that pivot action going on there. So really cool looking. As far as holding his weapons, they do fit in his hand fairly easily. He doesn't have any problem whatsoever holding on to the weapons. Again, he only comes with the two swords, so no big deal. There's not really any place, well, there is. So if you move some of these cloths around a little bit, he does have some places there on his armor where he can store one sword. I don't see a place for the other one. But you can at least sheath one of the swords there, which is very nice. And if you're really diligent, you can actually get both of them to fit in there. Like so. And it actually looks pretty good like that, to be honest. So he can carry his weapons, and if you have extras from other figures, he can carry them as well. So very cool. Let's take a look at the helmet. It does just kind of sit on his head there. It is molded to fit the head, which is pretty cool. But pretty much it just plops down on top of his head there and kind of rests on top of this other armor and the cloth here. And overall it actually looks pretty good with that on there. If I can zoom out just a little bit to get the full effect here. There we go. So yeah, with a helmet on, he gets a little extra height added. And overall, it's a really cool figure, to be honest. Some nice detail work going on, like I said. It is not the Budo. I can't even say the name right. It is not the same as the original vintage line, but it's a pretty cool update. It's nice to have a somewhat different kind of swordsman in the G.I. Joe ranks. It is a samurai, and it does a real good job of representing what the samurai armor is. I know some of y'all are probably wondering, why is there a samurai in the military line? I guess we have to ask the same thing about all the ninjas in there, but nobody seems to have a problem with ninjas, so just go with it. It'll work fine. So all in all, yeah, I actually like the figure. I don't really know how much I'll be using it, but it's a cool figure. It looks really nice. It's a nice deviation from the traditional crazy ninjas going on sky hooks from this particular line. So, yeah, pretty cool. That's our review for the G.I. Joe Retaliation Budo figure. Overall, the figure is actually really nice. One of the few out of this particular wave that makes sense and turned out to be a really good figure. So if you find one for a price point you're comfortable with, definitely pick it up. It is a really awesome looking figure. That's all the time we've got for today, so thanks for watching. Feel free to subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Check out some of our past videos. Leave us some comments down below. Let us know how we're doing, what you think of the figure, and if you'd like to see anything specific in future episodes. Till next time, Yo Joe.